Hello everybody, Lid Trooper here. I'm back for some more Thaumic Resurgence 2, and I am pondering why there seems to be like a vampire gauge, because I don't remember actually getting turned into a vampire. I, I'm kind of baffled by this, because it is draining out, and I'm wondering what's up with that, so I'm somewhat concerned. I mean, I still have other gauges, so what is going on here? I don't know. But anyhow, I'm going to try to fulfill one of my monk quests of taking a very, very tall leap of faith onto hay. If you didn't know, hay does reduce your fall damage. I'm just wondering if it will do so enough from this height, or if this is excessive. Anyhow, here we go. Huh, okay, that was nice. And there's a guy staring at me to congratulate me for my awesome skydive. How interesting. Uh, that was unexpected. But I go like more than a stack worth of hay down, and everything works out fine. But then there's a guy just staring at me, and I'm like, okay, why are you here? So let me see here. My next couple of quests, sleep on bedrock, and oh, that could be problematic. So if I do that, I become blinded, and then I have to slay 5 enemies while blinded. That could be an issue. So I might want to hold off on that one. An interesting night challenge. Of course, there are other ways of having enemies around, and I wonder if it takes any hostiles, or if it's specifically ones from vanilla. Because if it's any hostiles, I can just go around in the ocean and just take on some Lycanites mobs for a while. And that would speed things up. Okay, but yeah, for now, I do have an interesting announcement. As you might see here, I was able to finally get Aether 2 to work with Aether Legacy. So, I'm curious if I can actually go there, because I was wanting to start on Botania at some point soon, but first I might want to have a good spot to do it. And I was thinking it would be cool to do it in the Aether, which would be like free from that kind of event and other things. So, you know, a nice wide open space, very sky block. So I think I'm going to go with that. So let me see. Do I have basic stone? Yeah, I do. Okay, so and this thing is like surprisingly cheap, because the thing is they wanted to make it more like a much earlier advancement type thing, where you go in there a lot faster. So I'm not really sure if I want to do this first or the classic Aether. So I may actually do the classic glowstone thing. There it goes. See, it had a weird delay even then. So I might just toss this in and get some glowstone out. Because I was thinking of doing like a generations type thing at some point, and that didn't really pan out per se. So I might do that here. Now the good question is where to put a legacy portal, because Aether Legacy has been like seriously improved since the original incarnations that you may have seen me doing with earlier. So it's a lot smoother. I have my cavern portal starting up in here. I have them kind of set, but I'm not I may go into them at some point. I've just kind of got them set up in advance, and I did kind of peek in a little bit just to make sure things were fine, and it seems like it is. The one that's up first, the cavern itself, is right into a dungeon, actually, and I just backed out without doing anything at all, so I have no idea what it's like other than the fact it's a dungeon room. So that I'll be mostly exploring firsthand on camera. So let's see, where would be a good spot for an Aether-based room? Do I want to put it up higher or lower? Because, I mean, I got my nether gate over there. I suppose I can, you know, if I'm gonna like branch out and do this underground labyrinth thing, I could do a lot of these things opposite each other, even just like as offshoots. And that'd be a good idea. Okay, so I just need to get myself a door so that I can officially make it a room. Of course, I also need to make some other doors for these rooms, since I seem to be doing a lot of things with Sakura wood. Which is basically cherry. So, let me see, get myself a few doors. It may be kind of a slight, just slow down just to open the door each time, but I'm kind of going for an underground look this time. It's also by the sea. So, yeah, I'm just gonna go with it, because it seems to be how things are just turning out. Wait, why did I cobblestone this way before? Was there anything? No, there wasn't anything past it. It must just be because I decided to... Now, that there... Maybe I was pulling out ore. I'm trying to remember if there was any reason why I did that. Because sometimes I put cobblestone as a reminder that for some reason or another I shouldn't go a certain direction. That maybe I've kind of got something I need to do first to make it safe. So I use that as a warning. Oh. Okay. Okay, just a moment. Oh yeah, I need to do something. I'll be right back, and I'll probably have this all mined out. So I'll just do that real quick and make this into a new room. Okay, I'm back, and I think it's really nice they made it so that legacy portals would actually be able to have the same kind of flexibility as vanilla nether portals now. So I appreciate that. That's a nice little twist. The thing is, Legacy has kind of promised to do some things that are just kind of the progression of how the Aether would go alongside modern Minecraft and mods, but just no dramatically new stuff like you'd find in Aether 2. I am curious whenever I do decide to get on to the second generation Aether, if I can get a certain something to show up, because my usual Aether interface isn't there, and this is not that. So if you're looking for new symbols, don't think that that's it. I don't think it's an interaction with JEI. I mean, I can have access to my legacy stuff, but I can't have access to my like Aether 2 menu yet. So I'm wondering if that's only whenever you get to the second gen Aether or not. So because of that, I'm going to go to the first. So time to get that classic advancement slash achievement, Hostile Paradise. Whenever it loads in. Although admittedly they have optimized Aether Legacy a lot more since the other versions, so it should be a lot smoother, hopefully. I showed up on a cloud. Okay, I have Book of Lore and a golden parachute. Now let me assess my surroundings. Okay. I forgot Aether had, like, the regular cloud layer, too. Oh. Music might be a little too loud, but I will not turn it down too far because I do like it. So, I just think that might be a little too loud. That sounds about right. And, I think Slime Island Generation might be a little too cranked in this version by default, because oh my gosh, that's literally 2 silver dungeons? Is there like potential, I mean seriously, would there be potential gold dungeons? Maybe? Uh-oh. I fell out of the Aether. I got too excited. I fell out of the Aether. Okay, I need to look for where I am. Okay, I'm loading. Still loading. Won't be able to maneuver until I load in. I really hope I come out close to my base. Otherwise, I'll have to run around a bit before I can find it. It's not exactly in the most perfectly next to spawn spot. It's just sort of close, so I might have to do some relocating. Luckily, one of the abilities I just got was also 80% fall resistance and a bit more natural armor. So those were some things that were awakened whenever I did that hay bale jump. Additionally, I do have a golden parachute that was given to me alongside the Book of Lore. And they will activate as soon as you fall a certain distance, and then you'll do a slow fall that just negates all fall damage. But they're use-based. So if you don't have anything to repair them, then they will eventually go out. And I'm kind of concerned for this. Because this may be a case where getting out of the ether causes an issue. Maybe I'll be back later? Because I might be able to have landed. I don't know. There may be some issues with Ether 2 also being in simultaneously again. So I may have to check up on that, because this may have caused a bit more of a problem. So I'll be back whenever it lets me. Okay. I paused it whenever I finally got this to come back in. I may have had to remove Ether 2 again. And okay. Oh no. The thing is, I accidentally temporarily removed the monk mod. Nope. As I said, temporarily. I was wondering if it would keep my progress whenever I had to reinstall real fast. Okay, so that managed to work out, but I'm still wondering what's up with the whole Ether 2 doesn't like legacy thing. It's not exactly a normal problem, because they were wanting them to work together specifically to do what I was trying to do, but apparently it's not working out, so I've got to be careful about that. Also, do I have... I can just steer while I'm doing this. Okay, it's really slowing down though. So okay, so maybe golden parachutes are a little laggy or something. Maybe that's what really caused the issue. Could just be that, and maybe Ether 2's okay to use at the same time in this version. Okay, that was the thing. Do I have that? Okay, let me reset. Let me reset my baubles, because sometimes that's a thing that happens. Seems to happen with accessories in general. Okay. So I was able to do a rapid repair of one. Oh, I just thought of something. I'm going to have to be careful about how much distance I fall, or it'll always activate and do that. Okay, that's something. Of course, I do have additional slow fall. Well, not slow fall, but I have additional protection against falling damage now that I've got my level up with being a monk. So there's that. I want to go back into the ether anyhow. So I'm gonna go back to. Yeah, I need to make a better way of turning into there. Okay. Land loading back in lag. We're gonna get a lot of that, apparently. Of course, I could just crank my memory up. I've been keeping it kind of intermediate for a while to just see how well the pack performs. So far, it's been doing fairly well, but I may need to increase the RAM a bit and go with what's kind of considered more typical. I was trying to go for a semi-light, so I kind of kept it around 6 something or other, rather than going for like a full 8 gigs. Okay. Yeah, even that transition's a lot smoother. I still think it's funny that although they are falling off, they're falling off like just shy of the clouds. Okay. But now that I'm here, I know how to move around. This whole I'm at a cloud thing won't be a problem. And I can like take some other land, or maybe even work off a cloud to make like a sky garden for Botania. That would be pretty cool. I may do some ether adventuring first. And one thing that's definitely going to be awesome is me collecting a lot of crystals, because apparently Thaumcraft crystals are super compatible with anything in the sky, whether it's the End or the Aether. It doesn't seem to care. That's pretty good. Okay, so let me get myself a flying mount. Mounts. It might be a good idea to go Raikou, but I still like to prefer Cacodemon. For more than one reason. Okay. So I'm flying here. I cannot fly unless I'm using a mount. So this is not me after getting certain accessories that help me to fly, or any of that kind of stuff. This is me with a mount flying around in the Aether, kind of like how it was meant to be. I might even keep that on as a general rule just cause. That when in the Aether, I must use a mount to fly. Oh, I did fish up a name tag and scan it in, by the way, so I can, in fact, name my mounts. So that's going to be something, and other pets and stuff. Okay, so that's an Aether Legacy Moa. Nice. I think the texture is a little bit bluer than I remember. Like, just a bit more dark blue. Okay. So that's really great. I have a Moa really fast in. Ooh, a white one. Black is the rarest, and it's special. Wait, is this one from that add-on? It's saying Aether Legacy, but I'm wondering if that's true. Maybe they had some color variation, I just didn't remember. If they're like still considered blue, even if they're like a cyan. Ear whale. Okay, so I was going to examine if any of these areas had like a gold or bronze dungeon, because just the fact I got 2 silver dungeons practically right next to each other is kind of insane. Whirlwind. Oh, I gotta fight these every time I get the opportunity because of something special. Please let my aim be. Oh, it dissipated already. They are just never around for very long. The thing is, if you manage to. Oh wait, it still did it. I think it might. Did that, like? No, it bounced down. That's what's happening. I got an iron ingot from it. The thing about it is, whirlwinds can give all sorts of random stuff. Usually it's if they're... I'm not... you know, they never really explained that dynamic. I actually officially don't know if it's supposed to be whenever they dissipate on their own, and only that, if it's supposed to be whenever you defeat them, or both. That's something I'm just not sure of. Because, you know, it was always on the original Aether wiki, and it was never further explained. They were rare as is. Oh, hello, Zephyr. Yeah, I can fly around too, so you pushing me around is not going to be a big deal. Although I might admittedly go flying backwards uncontrollably. Okay, I want to do this at an angle so I don't blow up too much of the terrain. If I can. It would be kind of nice, because I don't want to blow up this beautiful area right now. I want to just blow up this guy. Wait, am I hitting the right button? Nah, I need to... I had it on R. That was it. Oh, wow. That just got wiped out. Did it drop anything? Oh yeah, it did. Drop some cold air cloud. I know, I'm staying on my mount as much as I can. Cold air cloud as a drop, so that's nice. Which means I could theoretically farm that, like, indefinitely. That would be cool. It's just so great being back here. I just always love the Aether. Okay, that's a purple slime island. Oh, sorry, my throat. Something going around. I really hope I'm not actually catching it. I think I'm already resistant. Ah, some nice Zanite. Crystals galore. Just huge amounts of crystals. So I'm gonna have fun with that. Whenever I need extra crystals, I know where to go. Whether I need to dissolve something or not, I probably won't. I'll just come here and mine it out. Blueberry bushes. I think I have enough food, but it would be nice just because at some point. Okay. Oh, that definitely has to be from the add-on. Okay, so how the add-on works is it gives you all these extra modes, including ones with special abilities, but it just says they're all from Aether Legacy. But there's an add-on I added for Aether Legacy that specifically adds more MOAs. In fact, I think it's literally called more MOAs. So, yeah, there's something to look into. Hi, Wisp. You just have a nice friendly ball. Yeah, it doesn't have a friend. Normally they like playing ball with each other. All these slimes, and yet they took away King Slimes. I really liked that kind of random micro-boss fight. I say micro-boss because even though they had a boss health bar, they were really more of like less than most mini-bosses. Like seriously, they were just kind of there. Okay, is this potential? Yeah, that's not. Those aren't gold nugs. But anyhow, I kind of back into my area. I've kind of looped around, as you can tell by my gate. So I might go in to one of these two and just do stuff. Although obviously I have to get off my mountain, maybe use some other allies, because one downside with riding a Cacodemon or using them in combat otherwise is they're a little too big to fit through a lot of areas, because they're approximately the size of a ghast. So that is an issue. So I'll have to think about that. Like what I want to do. Oh, wait. What is that? It's a Jinn. Okay. We have air combat. We have an enemy engaged. Whiff. Come on. Okay. Okay, I took out one, but it's not the one I'm aiming for. Whoa, had to back up fast. Oh, that was a direct hit. He got withered. Did I get any drops? Nah, that's pretty close. I don't have an item magnet right now of any sort. It's one of the reasons why I want to get into Pedania at some point, is it has a nice little magnet ring that just works. And the one that was right above here that theoretically could have given me nice drops is, in fact, gone. Okay, so that happened. Okay, so now the real question just turns out to, which one do I start with next time? A or B? Because, I didn't really know what it would be like whenever I just popped in the first time. I had no idea I'd be getting 2 silver dungeons right next to each other. This is great. I was really thinking that I'd have to go exploring for dungeons, and that between that time I'd just, you know, do some Botania out in the open. But I guess I'll conquer these 2 dungeons first and then do that, because I kind of need to. So I guess I'll kind of head off with one of these, and since this is the one I'm just closer to, I'll just park myself. Don't worry, Cackles, everything will be fine. I just need to unsummon you for a moment. There we go. The question then becomes, what do I use for... See, I did get a Shambler recently, but they're also fairly large. And I don't want my I don't want my my 2 imps to be shooting up the place, because they kind of destroy items. Most of my rides are too big. I guess I'll just have to foot it the old-fashioned way. So I guess I'll be starting off here next time. And is it just me, or did the sound just like go up more? Oh wait, that's right, because I started recording and I did that thing. That's right. Okay. It's yeah, this is where I left it for this, so it must be because of the whole volume thing. I really wish there was like some way to like option that with my recording device to say don't do that, or just always use recording like a certain volume level, because that would be very convenient. But that's not doing that. Well, I guess is just a little taste of this. I can just check this first chest and see if it's anything important. So, yeah, I had to punch it just in case it was a mimic. So, 6 ambrosium torches, a couple of golden darts, which is nice. But nothing really otherwise that's a big deal on that. I mean, I've already got a golden oak sapling, which is sweet. Because those things are nice. They give you some nice ether wood. Oh, I hear the whales. Okay, so I guess I'll just quickly check this first floor. Hence my use of... Oh, wait a moment. I just remembered. I need to... Wow. He's got a lot of HP. Okay, so that whole experienced enemies thing is working with the mimics. That's a quick lesson. I may decide to use my devil lasagna I've got here. You make it with some pinky and some other stuff. And wow, with that much health? Yeah, I'm going for lasagna. I'm having pasta and a pummel. Wow, that was intense. Of course, that strength boost doesn't last long. Okay, I might be recording back to back here instead of my original plan. Ooh, okay. Oh, this one's an actual one. That's nice. Thank you. Maybe I'll just clear only the first floor and then come back. Because the first floor usually isn't that big. Or isn't that accessible. Oh, the extra damage types from this really help. I think they all trigger at the same time. Okay, is there any other... nope, that's all that's accessible, so... Teaser, first floor. Vengeance Spirit. Probably should, get some evil craft going at some point. Because I might want to do that for the, other one. The other silver dungeon. Yeah, I think I'll conquer this one straight up and then, like, do the silver dungeon a different way. Where I'm also catching spirits and stuff. But that'll kind of only be partial because it'll take a lot of resources to start that up, and I can only really fit so many boxes in my inventory. And I also have ran out of inventory, so apparently I'll be going back and possibly finding... Well, actually, I do have this. I did make this in between. And I have put nothing in it yet, so I'm actually pretty clear. So, yeah, there is that. So, yeah, I'm actually pretty clear now that I remember to have that. Okay, so I'll continue next time, and I'll just do the rest of the dungeon and, like, conquer the other floors, beat the boss and all that next time. And then I should probably start up on some other stuff in between. Like, maybe I'll just conquer this dungeon, and then leave the other one for another time. Because that sounds like a good plan. So this has been Glitch Reaper. I'll be logging off for now. Hope to hear from you all later. And please remember, the Aether is back. Yeah, never forget that, because it's never going down. We're back with Aether, baby.